Yo, what's going on, everyone? This video is going to be a quick little video going over my home game setup. The way that we usually play, it's about 5 to 6 players, 25-cent, 50-cent big blind, $25 buy-ins. We'll be going over the equipment I use. I've cycled over a couple of different things. It's a pretty simple setup, but it gets the job done. Not only do we have this kind of equipment, but we've got this cool tool too that shows us, how we're doing in our home games, lets us settle payments, and I'll be breaking it down a little bit later in this video. But first thing I want to talk about is the chipset. I mean, this thing is massive. So I found this one on Facebook Marketplace. It was about 80 bucks. You can always find it online. I'm most likely going to upgrade the chipset. It's just, chips get expensive and I need to find a good one with good weight. But as far as the game that we play $25 buy-ins. And for anyone that's curious, this is what we do. So we've got 25-cent chips, we've got 50-cent chips, $1 chips, and $3. So we do one of these. We've got 9 $1 chips, 20 50-cent chips, and then 12 25-cent chips. This is just for the blinds. But these, it's pretty nice. It's not that bad. We just have a lot of chips, so that's really good. Now for this mat itself, I got it off Amazon. I actually have a table over here. I got this one off Facebook Marketplace, but some drawbacks with this one is that, cup holder's not deep enough. And when we have a lot of chips, it just gets way too far in the middle. So I'll use this one sometimes if we've got a couple of people, but if we've got like 5 or 6, it's a little bit better at this table. And even though we don't have like the rails or anything like that, it's still perfectly fine. It's just having this mat on here. I mean, I don't know if sometimes we'll play at different homes and there's like a foldable table and, having to get, especially when you've got plastic cards, playing with plastic cards on a foldable table is a nightmare. Trying to flip your cards or take out the flop or anything like that. So, I'd recommend getting one of these. And it's pretty cheap too. It's like 30 bucks on Amazon. But for these cards, we're using Copags. I would highly recommend these. We've used these for so many sessions. And the thing is, with plastic cards, they don't bend like paper cards. And on top of that, too, like when you're dealing them out, they travel pretty far, right? Not a lot of bite. I don't really want to do it full strength. I don't want it to go off the table. But, no, they're really good. I mean, I love these Copag cards. They just, they're awesome. Those bicycle cards are trash. I mean, can't even tell you how many games I've played where people don't have cards, got to stop at Walgreens, pick up some cards, and then you just break them in a game, and they just don't work. But with these Copags, they're like 20 bucks on Amazon. Mostly everything was on Amazon. Cards were on Amazon. Mat was on Amazon, and then these knit buttons were on Amazon too. Now, these knit buttons were pretty cheap. I want to say they were like 10 bucks. Obviously, if you guys don't know how the knit game works, everyone gets a button. Last person to have a button owes everyone at the table a big blind or whatever amount you choose. But this just, incentivizes the action a little bit. Pretty good. Pretty cheap. Got them pretty fast on Amazon. When you're playing home games, you've got 2 decks, dealer shuffles, little blind shuffles. That way the game can stay pretty fast. I just can't recommend these cards enough. I mean, I'm probably never going to switch cards. I love these cards so much. They don't bend. They're awesome. So with that equipment out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about this app and pretty much why I built this app. Now, I built this app just for my group. Like, I didn't build this just to go ahead, like, sell it to everyone. Now, down the road, obviously, I'm going to monetize it a little bit. But the whole reason I built this was, number one, payouts are just taking way too long. Like, at the end of the night, sometimes people forget how many times they bought back in. They count up their chips. Everyone has to decide how we're going to do it, like Cash App, Cash, Venmo, Zelle, splitting everything up. And it just added way too much time at the end. So I built this app to automatically calculate who owes who what. And then on top of that, too, track the games as well. So you can see over here, I'm on a bit of a downswing right now, unfortunately. But it also helps to see, how everyone is doing. So, like, if someone says, like, I'm doing the best and it's just hearsay, well, you've got the stats over here. You can see who's doing the best, who's doing the worst. And then you can click on player names as well just to see, like, some stats, like how many hours they've played, their win streak, some graphs, the recent games they played, and all that. But let's actually go into how I create the game, because I built this app to make sure it was just as easy as possible. It's not really that complicated. So let's say I'll go create a game. I can do a quick start, so I can do based off the last game I played. This one we played online with 8 players, or I can do the one we did a couple nights ago, 25-cent, 50-cent. I'll just go ahead and click this one, and it's got the players loaded in automatically. Now, this is the main screen we use once we're playing the game. Say everybody shows up to the house, and we've got a bunch of different seats over here. To keep things fair, we like to do seat draws, just so, like, players aren't always playing in position to other players. So on this app, let's say right here, I've got a couple players already loaded in from our last game. I'll just click this seat draw button. And what it'll do is it'll let me select all the players, click draw seats, and then boom, right? Seat number, let's say we determine that as seat number 1, seat number 2, seat number 3, 4, 5, 6. Seat number 1 is going to be dealer. little blind, big blind, and if you want to redraw it, it'll do it in a completely random order, and then you can just go like that. So that's going to help, just save some time doing those seat draws. But going up over here, you've got this icon that shows the total pot, and then this little graph that shows your buy-ins plus the table average. So say like I rebuy in for another $25. That typically happens going all in first hand with 7-2. How could you not? Right? I might rebuy in again for $75. It shows me on the graph and it shows me the table average. But say, for example, I want to rebuy in for a different amount, like $50. I can just add that in and then it'll go at update. But really cool, like this is also really easy to use. So like if someone buys in, you just go on the app and then boom, just rebuy. And if you ever have any questions like, did I accidentally buy them in or did I not buy them in? It shows you the exact time they bought back in. So you'll never have to guess if you accidentally put someone in or if you forgot to do it. But I mean, this is just pretty cool. And then this little dice icon, we click this, it'll take us to the side games. So if you don't have these knit buttons, you can also do the knit game through here. Just put whatever amount you want the payout to be for the knit game. So let's say everyone gets a button, right? Everyone has a button. Win a hand, remove it. 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 Finish the game. And then boom, there's the knit game results. Now, this also gets tracked in your stats too. So you can, track side games plus 7-2, right? If someone wins 7-2, you can just finish it over here and it'll go and get tracked. Now, this just covers some of the app over here. I mean, it's just really cool. It always updates the pot. But this is the main reason I built the app, and it's the chip counts. So at the end of the night, right, say you've got your chip counts, you're doing your count. Say I'm missing this amount, I'm missing that amount, missing that amount. I can just count my chips over here, and then at the end, I'll go ahead and put in the amount. So say I count this up and I'm at, let's say, I don't know, $16. It'll tell me directly that I'm down $100. So it does the math automatically for you. And then we go down player to player. We just put in the chip counts. Say this one was 64, this one was 120. And the cool thing too is that it takes into account the total pot. So say I put an amount over here, it'll actually tell us that we're off by 100. So we know this player most likely has 125. And for the last player, you don't really have to count it. Like if someone's just taking forever, you can just take the adjusted balance over here, click finish game, and then it'll tell you exactly who owes who what. So this is the settlement screen. So right here, you can see that this player is owed $75, this player is owed $70, this one's owed $39. And it tells you directly over here which player owes them, right? So if I owe this player $75, I'll just pay him through Cash App, through Cash, through Venmo or Zelle. And then once he receives it, we'll just click pay. And then if other people don't want to be on the app, like sometimes we have some guests on here, we can just text the group chat by clicking the text group button, send it through a message, and then you can just send this to the group chat so everyone knows who owes who what. And then they can just respond with paid and then leave a like on the message. So, yeah, right here, I mean, it's just pretty simple. It just takes all the thinking out of doing the settlements. You finish the game, and then boom, it's done. And it'll reflect here on the standings as well. So if we go over here, you can see it's changed a little bit. Now it shows that I'm down 336, which is not true. I've definitely got to delete that game. And then last thing I want to talk about is the profile over here. So this is just some in-depth. You can see your total buy-ins, your net profit, how many games you've played. I've used this for about 24 games so far. So the reason I'm making this video is I'm confident that the app works. I've done a lot of troubleshooting to make sure it flows really nice. So if you guys do want to try it out, I'll probably leave a link down below for the first couple of people to try it out, just to see if we can make it a little bit better, get some feedback. But we've got the graph over here, some metrics, your win rate, your average buy-in, win-loss breakdown, how you do for session lengths. So every game that we play, the time is tracked as well. You can also clock people in, clock people out, pay people out early, that sort of thing. But it tells us how we do based on the time we've played, rebuy patterns, when we potentially tilted, our cash cow, so who's paid us the most, who we've paid the most to for the debt collector. And yeah, I mean, this app is just awesome. Like I don't have to pay. I mean, there's nobody that's made an app like this, so I decided to make one, and it just works out. It works pretty well. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm probably going to be making more videos on this app just because it's been a game changer for my home game. So if you guys are interested, links down below, and yeah, let me know what you think. See you in the next one.